Greetings, Exiles. This is Slinky here, and today we're going to do like a little showcase of the build at its current iteration. Yesterday we posted a video update, so people left feedback that they would like to see gameplay, and I was like, "Why do I think of that? That's really smart." I also would like to see gameplay when I look at builds, so I want to kind of show gameplay of the build how it currently is. So if you look at our stash, like we don't have a lot of maps. This is actually our highest tier map right now, which is tier 9. We've been doing a lot of heisting, so we haven't really done a lot of mapping. So I don't have high mapping progress to show you, but obviously update that. Anytime I do an update for a POB, I'll make sure to include gameplay of where I'm currently at, and just kind of showcase things. These items are pretty much the same as they were for the POB. I don't think I changed anything, but I'll also include like my character profile, so you can kind of view it if you want to kind of import the character in the video description, so that way you can follow along a little bit. I want to say the only thing I think I changed about the passive tree is I unspec'd out of these nodes because while they were useful, because my scepter or my wand is not great because it has minion damage on it, and but obviously this is like low spell damage plus cold dispels and cast speed. Everything else on here is dead now that I don't have these things, but I wanted to kind of go in a little bit more here. Oh, and I was testing out the brand recall cooldown recovery rate, so I filled out these clusters to try to match it out, which we can go into another video, or if someone wants to pop into the stream and ask questions, pop off. So that's kind of the only really difference between those, and maybe I have here now. But yeah, so the build is pretty much, this is showcasing what the level 70-ish kind of mostly gear is, with a little bit of a better passive, a little bit more passive tree. This is not showcasing like the block armor play style, or even the evasion suppress one. Even though I have a little bit, I don't have a lot of evasion because I'm still using Ghost Wraith. So just keep that in mind as we go through here. This is the map we're going to be running. These are the mods. Nothing crazy. I literally just got a rare map, or sorry, a map, and I hit it with a Orb Binding so that it can be rare. And these are mods we end up with, so we're going to go ahead and show it out. And then we'll have a little explanation of like some things after the showcase in case anyone wants to have some questions or something they want to ask. Or not, obviously they want to ask, but I have some questions I want to answer that I'll showcase afterwards. But for gameplay, let's get into it. So right now, I am purely casting only Wintertide. I'm not pressing any other buttons. I won't click the shrines just because I don't want to showcase. Oh no, my town's poor. I don't want to showcase how the shrines look because that'll obviously just make the damage look a lot better or whatnot, and the defenses or speed. You can obviously speed around by pressing your shield charge or your flame dash. Like I'm just kind of walking to kind of showcase mostly damage expectations are like clear. But you can obviously go faster by zooming around. The brand recall will work out really well. I definitely probably should go back and do that trial. Actually, I got my Ubers yesterday, so I don't really need to do that trial. I think the boss is in here. Or no, it's up for the map. Okay, here's the thing. The boss is going to be up here. This is where we will cast our Cold Snap or Exposure. So there's the boss right there. Put our brands on him. Cast Cold Snap, Curse, and then Expose. And he's dead. So the boss is dead. I will full clear this map a little bit. Because I need maps, and this is my highest level one. I don't want any of these goods. Also, this filter is just using a semi-strict no change thing other than the color pattern, because I like the color pattern of this one better than like the default. I'll take the map. But yeah, this is kind of how it looks at tier 9 with like the level 70 gear that I bought early on. If you look at the gear in the POB, you can see like things like the shield is really bad. It's literally just like a little bit of armor, which is not useful for us. A little bit of resistances and like some PDR. But I don't really take a lot of damage. I will say the biggest worry, so right here, you can see my health go down when I was in that poison puddle. Your biggest thing that will probably kill you, besides like one giant fizz hit, because like I said, we have almost 7,000 energy shield. Also, but what the biggest thing will kill you is chaos damage. So they have to watch out for chaos damage. I have some things to kind of alleviate that, make it a little bit easier to handle, which we can talk about after the showcase. But yeah, this is what tier 9 map looks like. Level 76, I'm obviously over leveled by 84. Because like I said, I've been heisting, but pretty decent for the gear that I had, and obviously the improvements will make it a lot tankier and do more damage, especially once I get like better scepters and stuff, and move off of the Telepathy. We'll showcase killing this mercenary if they don't have anything cool. Let's see. I don't really care for much of those, but let's see. I need a better wand, so that would be really appreciated if they have one, but it looks like they don't. The shield's kind of not great. It has a little, actually, it's okay, but not great. Yeah, I wish they had a regex thing to where you can kind of filter for items and stuff like that. This is a 4-link, so I'm not worried. So we're actually going to just take their purse. Same thing with like bosses. You can I lose track of them pretty easily, so let's just... There, he's dead. Perfect. Alright, so that's the showcase. I'll probably come back and clear some of this other stuff up a little bit later. There's a mob. Easy. See, the chaos damage almost killed us, so that's what you look out for, the chaos damage. Because we don't have a way to stop chaos damage from bypassing energy shield, and most of our defense isn't like just a high energy shield number. Alright, so this is the part of the video where we're going to talk a little bit about how I mitigate the chaos damage. That was pretty much the showcase, so if you want to purchase the showcase, feel free to leave, or if you want to stick around, that's fine too. So chaos damage. In this iteration, where you have Ghost Wraith, which transfers obviously a lot of your life into energy shield, and you don't have a lot of other ways to mitigate stuff, you really want to have... I don't even have like max chaos res, so you want to try to get max chaos res. I'm pretty close. I'm at 45. Obviously, upgrading like probably the shield, which is pretty awful. To have some chaos res on it would work out really well. But you want to have max chaos res. Outside of that, I also like to take this because most chaos damage is damage taken over time, so this helps reduce it a little bit. And then if you feel like you're going against specifically poisons, like because the map maybe have like, oh, all monsters can poison kind of a thing. This is also good. A Soul of Shikari, I don't know how to say it. It's really good how I'm going to get that. I typically run around with this unless I notice I'm doing a lot of poisons because I don't like to deal with bleeding. Obviously, you can roll the whole remove bleeding on flasks and all that kind of stuff, but these flasks, as you can see, are pretty much for mostly campaign. So recovery level 4 this is my Hailbreak Quicksilver, so like I don't really upgrade these. This gear is all pretty much potato gear. When I say like I bought this for like 3C, this was like 3C. These were 10C, but honestly, I probably wouldn't pay more than like 5 for it. I don't know how much I'll go for now. This was like 1 chaos, so you probably get it much cheaper now. And then everything else is just rares I picked up, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I bought anything else. Or this, oh right, I did have that one ring that I used in the POV, the golem ring, but I changed that out because I found a better ring that I just wanted to try out, something like that. Other ways to mitigate is you want to make sure you have on the tree the energy shield mastery. Oh, wrong one. I have 2 energy shield masteries. You want this right here, where 30% of chaos damage taken does not bypass energy shield, so that'll give you a little more reaction time to where you're taking a lot of chaos damage. So between that, chaos res, and the pantheons, you should be able to like react to the chaos damage. But obviously, it's not a long-term plan as you get closer, higher and higher maps, because chaos damage becomes a lot more relevant. So once you get to around 85, 90, which is where I'm approaching, you do want to start transitioning into like your more traditional, either not Ghost Wraith body armor, essentially. So I need to craft that today. That's what we'll be working on. And then that way I can get out of needing to rely on Ghost Wraith for just big ES numbers. But it should work out pretty well. The other thing I wanted to mention real briefly is the Mercenaries. I found this one. It's a Frost Hand. 72, so obviously I'll have to replace it. It won't be here forever. I did find an Elementalist recently, which is pretty sweet. I have a Heartbreaker on there, so their spells have Culling Strike, and they have a little bit of spell damage. And I have this spell damage, Doedra's Tenure. And these are boots I just found on another Merc, and I just threw it on here because I couldn't get movement speed on there because it's all prefix is filled. But I was like, the Merc can still use it, it's fine. But this Merc's really interesting. So it comes from Frostbomb, which is nice because it'll inflict exposure for me during like mapping purposes. It also does Frostbite, which is why I'm currently running Elemental Weakness, because hopefully it does Frostbite kind of thing. And then it has Purity of Ice, which is why I have this mastery right now. So it overcasts my cold res by a little bit, and I didn't want to give it an aura that I relied on heavily for like survivability or anything like that. So I wanted to give it something that's just like an extra bonus if it's nearby. This is really nice. And then obviously they cast Ice Storm a lot for the Culling Strike and all that stuff. It's like, and the exposure on hit is working really nice. But that's kind of the Merc I'm working with right now. I would love to get another one like this in the future, and I'll test some other ones out. That's pretty much the build. I'm trying to think of anything else that I need, but I can't think of anything right now to share. If you have any questions, like or comments on the build, or like you want to see something, please let me know in like either comments on Reddit where I use the post, or like on the video, or stop by one of my streams. I'm always happy to take feedback on how I could better improve my content, and I'm always happy to like just throw information at people who are asking questions. Like I had someone yesterday who asked about how brand recall works with like Wintertide, and we went through like a 30-minute spiel of me just dumping information. And I was like, does that make sense, or like do you need me to explain it? So I'm always happy to share with people. Feel free to stop by one of the streams, either on YouTube or on Twitch, and then I'll be able to like assist you there. Other than that, thank you guys for your support, and I appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the streams. Bye.